Hello, this is Gort here. I'm trying something new. It's experimental to me. I've heard of it. I don't know. I haven't done much research on it, but I'm trying it firsthand. And eventually I will do research, but I thought I should share this with you. And it is, I don't know if you can see this well. Okay, well, the camera decided to show you. Right there. So this is a form of cloning that I've heard of but haven't necessarily done. I've tried to dip my hands into doing uh, uh, cloning for rooting, but now these are roots. I have two different species here. I have Blue Spruce and I have Cedar. But it's almost, it grew in the wild, the Cedar, and it's almost a grade A cedar, if you will. So we're gonna break this down into segments here. So this is our bunches of roots. What I did is I went through and I warmed them up with warm water. I got a feeling that I shouldn't have done that, but then again, um, I did it to clean them off a little bit, to wake them up, to give them an early shock to say, hey, I need to grow now. I am curious about the blue spruce, whether I'll get blue spruce or whatever the base rootstock is that they have nowadays for the blue spruce. The cedar, I'm pretty sure I'll get cedar because this I was going through this one place and it was particularly a bunch of cedar, some shrubs, a lot of sandy soil, right? Moss had grown over. And when I looked at this one particular cedar, it was very bushy and it had sprouts. Uh, in a sense, not like many sprouts, but like the branch would start here, go down, and come back up, and you'd have all the leaves over here, the needles per se. But between here and the base, where it grew these roots, and that's what these are. So, and actually, if you look at them, I'll pull one out for you right here. This is just one of them. Again, I've heard the thicker the roots, the better. Some people just put these right in the ground in the fall and let them sit throughout the winter, and in the summer they get shoots. Of course, it's only certain trees. I don't know if cedar and blue spruce do this, but I thought, hey, let's try because I got a nice little place that we're building on the family lot, and cedar would hide it quite nice because there's already cedar there, but this cedar is like a grade A. Obviously big strips that are opened up like this, I would just want to go through and aim it into the bucket and just cut it off straight. That jaggedness I would not leave per se. Actually, that would not be one. That would be like two or three. Um, I'm just going to use a sandy mix to put them into. Okay, so the way I've learned how to do this is, so here's your, let's see if I can't show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. Okay, so here is your root, right? And I already forgot. Okay, so yeah. Yes, okay, so the thicker means the closer to the tree. And this you want to point up. In the soil bed, whatever you use for soil, you want about 3 inches with some good stragglers, which this one seems to have a few, but as you get lower down, you'll see and notice more. So those are the ones we'll be using. But it has a good thickness. So they say about 3 inches. However, I would probably go 4 just to get in those extra roots right there. And they say the part that was closest to the tree point up, and the part furthest away there, or the smaller diameter point down, because this will be the continuation of the new roots. These are moist. They're not dry. They were getting dry, so I put them in warm water just to moisten them and wake them up. And actually, it's still fall. It's actually late fall. We're in December, so I may have done this wrong, but I'm going with it. It's experimental. I got a bunch of stuff brewing, and I know I promised, not promised, but I said I would get updates and stuff. And once I have updates, I'll get updates. This I just thought would be good for that particular area on our property, and I thought this spruce would be great. And then of course the blue spruce, the cedar would be great. And then of course the blue spruce, right there would also be good. So actually right here, this is the blue spruce. Let me try to pull this out for you. This is definitely the blue spruce. Okay. So this guy right here is your blue spruce, and yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. I'd say since it was oriented, this being the top over here where I'm wiggling my hands, and then this one over here where I'm wiggling being the furthest away from the tree, I'd probably want to take from the higher up parts. Again, if I get something that's not a blue spruce, no problem, because I know that once it shoots up whatever it's going to shoot up in the next year or two, especially with evergreens, I can easily graft right back on to what was already on this, a blue spruce. And then technically, well, actually at that point, since this came off that blue spruce and I grafted blue spruce scions from that blue spruce, it's, I'd say, the same tree, genetically speaking. Let's get into it. I know you're bored with me gobbling on, so we'll get right into this. So, yeah, I just wanted to point it down a little bit. Okay, so we're getting right into it. We're going to put them right here when we're ready. You're going to grab your shears, make sure they're clean, and again, we're going to go from the top here down. This one, as you can see, breaks off into 3. 1, 2, 3. So, trying to figure out how I want to do this. I probably, to get the biggest effect, I'm going to cut right there, okay, right here, up. That'll be my first one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. See, it's quite hard because it goes through. So, don't know how much I like this. Yeah, I don't know how much. You can definitely smell it. Oh yeah. Okay, right there is one. As you can see, I do got some good roots on it. This is, again, blue spruce. I'm going to put that right here on the table. And now I got a bunch of little guys that I have to deal with. Now, from what I learned, the smaller they are, the less likely chance. So stuff like this one right there. Sorry. This one right there. Smaller than a pencil. So I'm frankly not going to use it. So I'm going to separate this one. And the one I had is right here. Right there is this one. I'm going to put this one way over there because I don't want that. This one is a pencil's width, and it goes for quite a while. So, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm going to use part of this one. And then definitely this one because it has some good roots onto it. Yeah, well, it's all root, right? So I think what I'm going to do is go from this node right here to about right where my fingers are, cut off there. Okay, so as you can see, cutting, fell. I'm going to take this guy and put him over here for now. Okay. How do I want to do this? Okay, if you see this guy right here, this one right, yeah, this guy right there, I'm going to cut it and that'll be one. So I'm going to go in right there, cut it. Oh, okay, so that's what I got right there. That guy, he's nice. He's not bad. This straggler right here is a little too small, so I'm going to get rid of him altogether. And then I'm left with that. A little bit bigger than what they say, but you know what? I'm going to go with it. And then this one, a little bit smaller than what they say, so I'm going to cut it in half. Right about there. I can see why. I don't think I'm going to use that part. No, I don't think I'm going to use that at all, actually. Okay, down here, I'm going to cut it probably right where my hands are. You know what? I'm going to do these a little bit longer. I'm going to go through, put it right there. That's probably, so it's a lot like scion wood. Wow. Roots are a lot harder to cut, especially when they're dull. And you look at this, it chews it all up. So definitely have a sharp pair of shears on you, if not a knife. So right there's another one. And I think that's smaller than a pencil, but I'll get one more at 4 to 5 inches. Again, this one I don't want, so actually I'm going to put it right back in the bucket. I'm going to get one more. Okay, because a lot of people, yeah, now you got to remember which way's up. Yeah, so that obviously wasn't a good idea. So that's the blue spruce. Actually, I got more of the blue spruce, but that's part of the blue spruce. Now, I want you to take a look and see this. This, my friends, as you can tell, actually, I'm going to move the camera up so you can definitely see this guy. Oh, yeah, okay, here he is. Okay, right there. This guy is vigorous with roots. The top part is more or less bark, so I'm not going to use the top part. However, I'm going to go from here, most likely to about there, as one root. Wow. Okay, so let's do this. This is, by the way, is surprisingly the cedar, which are smaller in this area than the blue spruce. Of course, cedar grow wild, and blue spruce we have to have coming, so you can see the demand for one and not so much the other. So again, I'm cutting right there. So, wow. Okay. Sometimes you have to do a double cut. Okay, so now I want to show you. That is what I took off. This piece, thrown away. I don't want it. However, I'm going to go right about to there, right on that guy, because of all these vigorous roots that are just, wow, that's actually real good. I'll be able to actually use this whole thing because it goes right down to a pencil's width. But I'm going to probably get 4 inches there. So this cedar that I happened to stumble upon on this piece of land, not mine, a town near us owns it. They don't use it anymore. Look at how vigorous, and not only this, the top end was amazing. The top end, wow. So again, I'm going to cut right there. The top end was very green, very flush, very full. You know how some cedars can be very dim, very sporadic, and not as full, and not have a full crown. This one was the opposite, and it was wild in sand. That's a key thing. The sand was very moist. Of course, it's the end of fall going into winter. December 12th. So, I know, I probably... Okay, so right there, I want to show this to you. These guys are vigorous, by the way. Right there's another one. I mean, just look at the roots. I think something's going to come from that. And you know what? I got one left that I'm just going to leave that height. I'm going to leave it because I think these cedars are not only going to grow, because I have the same sand that this place has. Wow. See this one? I may be able to get one right here, which I'm going to try to do right now. So I don't want to go any lower than that. That was gas leak. My bad. It's right there. Okay. You know what? I may keep that guy. That was the end. I'll keep him. And I'll cut this guy right in half. So right about there. I'll cut him. Again, this is the cedar, which I'm surprised. I can see why they have you use the thicker stuff. You have more base to go off. Okay, so this is all cedar. Now I want to get another blue spruce. By the way, this, oh, right here. This is beautiful. So this is blue spruce. And I'm definitely taking from here to there. I'm going to do that right now because I love that. That's a beautiful tree. And right there. And actually what happened is I took from here with this one, came out perfect. So I got two blue spruce. That's neat. You know what? It's really woody and stuff. That was more of the exterior, but I got some roots here, but I don't think they'll do as well. So again, I'm just sticking with thicker roots. Wow. Okay, again, this is the cedar. This is what I'm talking about. It rooted itself, and look at this. The links just go so long. Don't know if you can see that, but it's all the way down to here. So I'm going to probably cut this into thirds and go off that. So this cedar is actually, I'm also going to cut off that end piece right here, just because I don't think we need it. And so I'm going to go right there, and right there in the middle. So now I got 3 more cedars. The end piece I'm going to throw back into the bucket. Let's see, is there anything else I could use? The pine, you know what? Yes, there is. This was a different type of cedar. It was very dark green, not as full. It was like a grade B cedar, but if you look at the roots, it's amazing. This thing roots crazy. So I'm gonna, of course, cut off that end piece right there, and I'm gonna go through here and there. I'm probably gonna get 2 out of this. So again, right there, I'm just gonna go through and. Wow. This thing, I almost think I shouldn't do anything. I think this one is actually you're gonna see some real good stuff come off this. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? So, as you can see, that's where I tried to get it. Don't know if you can see that well. Tried to get that, and it won't come. Okay, there we go. Had to snap it. There's one. Look at all the vigorous roots. Again, this just grew naturally outside. I didn't root any of this. I'm not going to claim to fame any of that. And actually, with the roots this vigorous, I'm going to go smaller, cut it right where my finger, my pointer, and thumb are, right there, and have two more, because it's just amazing how well this seemed to grow right where it was without any man-made substances or anything like that. Let's see what else we got in here. You know what? If I do it with the cedar, I'm going to do it with the blue spruce. I'm going to plant this guy. I'm going to cut him right here. Or if I could just, yeah, I'm going to cut him. I'm going to get two out of him right there. There, I got two. As you can tell, the blue spruce, this is all of them, don't like to give off roots as well in comparison to my cedar that I found. They love to give off roots. Some cedar have very small roots, but these two are very vigorous, and it's very good because I think and they're still moist, by the way. I know it's been like 21 minutes, but bear with me, they're still moist. Okay, we have one more, and then we're gonna pot these up, and I may tell you about an update. We'll see. So again, this one I'm going to cut here and get three. Okay. Funny part is, I'm actually trying to root cedar that I found on my property, but if I could get these roots to grow into shoots and then graft on the cedar that I want, I think that would be better. Because these seem to give off a semi-dwarf, I think they're a semi-dwarf root. Okay, so there's my, okay, sorry. My two piles. My cedar, right here, and my blue spruce right there. The rest I don't want. In fact, the rest I'm going to get rid of. I don't want. But I am going to take a container of this that has a catch tray on the bottom, fill it to about here with soil, and then from there plant actually both of these varieties in here. Because you can definitely tell the difference between cedar and spruce, or any spruce for that matter. It doesn't have to be blue. And what I have for a mix, I'm glad you asked. Okay, so I got this stuff. It's a very, very fine grained sand. That's right here on the property. It's all the topsoil, so I'm going to put that into here again to about here maybe, just halfway. And again, best way to do that is just grab from one, put into the other. Okay. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to do that real quick, and actually what I'm thinking of doing to make this go faster is just pour this into there, like so, till I get to the halfway point, which, okay, I think we're at the halfway point. This is grass roots, get those out. Okay, we got some more grass roots. Don't need grass growing in there. I'll back that guy away, and right here, as you can see, I got all of it in there. I'm just going to move it around, make it flush. And I know, you guys are probably wondering, well, in your channel, you do a lot of grafting. Well, eventually, I'm going to take these sorry about that. I'm going to take these right here, if they live, the cedar and blue spruce that I'll grow in this, which is halfway full to here with a catch tray, and I will water it. And I'll put it in a room that's not so hot, so it has time to mature. And yes, you will see outdoor grafting videos. But I'm going to go ahead and plant these. But one main thing I want to show you that I've learned about planting the roots. I told you this in the beginning, and I'll tell you this again. This is the top because it's wider, it was closer to the tree. The bottom, the part of the root that goes further away from the tree, is going to be skinnier. You're going to want a pencil's width unless it has a lot of vigorous roots like this guy. But then again, even if this one didn't have as many roots as you see right here, root taps off it, it's still a pencil's width. A pencil's width is good and durable. Anything under that is not the best. Anything over that is actually probably, I would say, okay. And these are starting to dry out, so I'm going to put them in the soil with the blue spruce. Remember, I want to show you this so you can see, because this is what I've learned. Okay, so when it comes to this part, you're going to take it. Here it is. You're going to hold it with this hand. Okay. You're going to move some of the soil away. Place it in there. Remember, this is our top part right here. Okay? And that's our base. You want the base to go into the ground. Like so. Just leaving a very little bit of the top part to show. And cover it. Just like that. But right here, that's your top end. That was closest to the tree. Remember that. If you were to put the bottom end there, it most likely wouldn't work because then it's trying to go against itself. But that's the biggest rule of thumb that I've learned about there. When it comes to the trees, is that well, I'll show you one more time before I let you guys go, is that the smaller end, okay, the smaller end right here went away from the tree. That goes into your soil in this mix right here. And your top end doesn't show, but goes just underneath the top part of the soil upwards. This is the direction that you want to put all of them. That's the biggest thing. You want to keep them moist, but again, not too moist. No root likes to be submerged in water. In fact, it likes to seek out water. It helps it grow and says, oh, I need to put forward shoots, because now, instead of this being part of the whole plant, it's its own individual thing. So now it's saying, oh no, I really, really, really need to push out shoots, push out roots to go deeper to find that water, and shoots to go up. That's the idea that we're trying. And in basic rooting with cuttings, you're basically doing the same thing. I haven't had any success yet, but once I get some success, I'll let you know about it. But that's the biggest thing. Thicker end right here, up in your soil. Actually, not directly up. Some people say maybe at a slight angle. Others say straight up. I like to do slight angle. So this one's going up and the smaller end is going down into the ground. It's a basic thing. That's the biggest thing I could tell you. Do that. You're going to do that with all of these cedar before they dry out because you want to keep them moist. Climate controlled area. It could take a long time. I'm thinking in spring I'll see some shoots. But we'll see. You never know unless you try, unless you figure out the research. And I haven't done quite a lot of research, but I am trying. And the research will come naturally as I get more interested. But I thought this would be a good video for you guys and girls out there who are interested in cloning, because this is actually another form of cloning. You're taking from the roots rather than a cutting off a shoot or something. You're taking from the roots. It's not done because not a lot of things can be taken from the roots. I don't even know if cedar and spruce can, but I'm trying, like I said. And I guess that's the biggest thing that anybody could do is try. Um, so have fun, stay safe, and yeah, you know, I'll try to give updates as I can. See ya, and thank you. Gort out.